Well, let's say good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching this program. Focus on Liberia. Uh, and today is Wednesday, February 8th, 2023. My name is Raymond Oliver Hogarth. I'm hosting the program tonight on behalf of the management of FOL. And you can watch us online or via Facebook. Uh, you can watch the program and be a part. Further into the program, of course, we will take calls from our listeners. And tonight we're looking at the journey of Councillor Tiawon Gongloe to the presidency, his journey to the presidency in Liberia. As you may know by now, Councillor Gongloe is the candidate of the Liberia People's Party, the Liberian People's Party, that is, the LPP. So he's going on the ticket of the LPP for the October 2023 elections. And in 1983, this party, the Liberian People's Party, was formed, called themselves a grassroots party, an offshoot of the Movement of Justice in Africa, MOJA, considered a pan-Africanist leftist group. The likes of Dr. Tukbanan Tipote, Amos Sawyer, Dew Mason, and the progressives at the time were all a part of the Liberian People's Party. In fact, founding members. In 2011 or before that, 2005, they supported Dr. Tukbanan Tipote in the presidential race, and he got 1.6 to 1% of the total votes cast, and the party in itself won only one out of 64 seats in the House of Representatives and none in the Senate. But this is the party now that is propelling Councillor Tiawon Gongloe into the presidential race come October 2023. So, what are the chances of Councillor Gongloe in this race? What is the party, the LPP, doing it as a party to help Councillor Gongloe achieve this milestone objective, perhaps in his life, to become president of the Republic of Liberia? Who are members? What are some of the cadres, the ideology of this party? To find out these and many more, our guest, Mr. Junius Adiz Zoga II, is the president of the Liberian People's Party, USA. Let me say welcome, Mr. Zoga II. Thanks for being on FOL.
Thank you so much, Mr. Oliver Horger. But just a quick correction. I'm the Secretary General for the Liberian People's Party, and
okay, the SG.
we don't have the president, but we have the chairman for the party. So okay. I'm the Secretary General for.
I'm sorry, I elevated you too fast. I'm sorry. Okay, Secretary General of the party. In fact, you're the right person to be talking to because you got all the statistics and the data of the party. So it's great having you, Junius.
Thank you so much.
I hope we can go by your first name, Junius.
No problem. Right. No problem.
Okay. You're a bit low. You want to see?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, you're much better now. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
You're much better now. Now, let's begin this way, Junius. You are Secretary General of the Liberian People's Party. Tell us first about the structure. Tell us about the membership of your party. How are you structured? Just in a nutshell.
Okay, so the parties, especially here in America and beyond, which is also in Liberia, we have the chairman, and then we have vice chairman for operations, and then we have vice chairman for membership and recruitment, and then we have chaplain general, and then we also have um, the treasurer so far, and then we have other wings like the youth wings, the women wing, but so major, that's at least the structure of the party.
All right, and now here in America, where you concentrated, uh, what's your membership like? Do you have a large following? Are there people who are enthusiastic about the activities and the ideals, objectives of the LPP?
Oh, sure. Yes. The objective of the LPP still remains the same since we were founded, and the membership within the United States. We have an encouraging membership. We can say from our previous membership, we are up to like right now we are up to 50% of our 100% membership from the establishment of the political party.
50 or 100% of what?
I mean, a political party must, before you can be qualified, you must be between 10 to 15,000, and if possible up to a million. So, but you know that our country by then we could not boast of a million membership. But if you want that in bulk, we are at about between 250 to 300 members within the United States presently.
Exactly. I'm concentrating on your activities here in the USA because you're Secretary General here in the USA.
All right,
Uh,
so yeah,
yeah,
okay, so we are between we are exactly 350 members in the United.
exactly 350 members.
Yes.
Okay. So, what are some of the activities you involved in as a party relating to your members or to the community around you? What are some of the activities you carry out here?
Uh, we we have established chapters within the United States, and the major chapter here presently is the Delaware Valley chapter, which has about 3 states within that, and then we call that a tri-state. And we have also another chapter, a new chapter around California, and we are about to establish another chapter also in Michigan. And besides that, what other things we do? In, we begin to talk to our previous members because if we can recall, 1985, the party was banned, and since then we have been going on a lot of struggles. Even though many of the members became part of some of the political parties. So that alone gave us a complete drawdown in our membership. So presently, we continue to resuscitate the party and to regain here in the United States our 300 members. It was not an easy thing. We have to go to some other programs, some other levels to make sure that our members are re-enlisted.
But then, listening to you, juniors, in that state of affairs of your party, uh, how active are these members that you have? These, let's say, your 300 members. How active are these? How active are these other branches that you say you establish around? How active are they? How active are the members?
All right. So on a month we meet monthly, especially the main political party. Uh, we have other than the various chapters, the central party meet on a monthly basis, and then the various chapters also meet on a bi-weekly basis. All right. So those are the activities, and this is how we personally are going about getting ourselves strong.
Only attending meetings.
Other than attending meetings, we have raised a lot of funds from contributions from the members. We pay membership dues, and we also have decided to bring in programs that will raise more money for the for the upcoming elections.
And that brings me to an aspect of finding out about your organization at the LPP. Uh, do you have the financial wherewithal to stand as a party to be able for perhaps Tiawan, your candidate is going to the race now. You financially strong as a branch here in the USA to be able to help finance his campaign.
Yes, exactly. Before a candidate can be qualified to be registered with the election commissions, you have to pay fees, which is around 10,000 plus, other than other fees. All right. So yes, indeed, we are very strong to support our candidate in the upcoming elections.
Pay the 10,000 and even go beyond that.
Yes, exactly. So we are very strong. I mean, I'm just giving you a typical example that these are
Hmm.
some of the things we undertake, and how do we raise the money to get our candidate registered and support other legislative candidates uh, within the election period, within the electoral period. So yes, indeed, we are ready. We have the funding together with our auxiliaries to be able to support our candidate for the coming 2023 elections.
All right, Mr. Junior Zoga II, he's Secretary General of the Liberian People's Party branch here in the United States of America. He's our guest here on this Wednesday evening between the headlines here on Focus on Liberia. All right, Mr. Zuga, after hearing a bit about your party here, your own establishment, ha- uh, have you ever carried out projects? Do you carry out projects on behalf of the party here within the various communities that you have branches established?
Personally, we have not carried on any project. I must be very much straight with you. And
Uh,
again,
well, the people know that about the LPP here.
of course, yes, yes.
Mm. Well, yeah, you don't do anything for them.
So if you ask the question, do anything for them, what do you want the political party, in other words, to
Oh, I
do
mean,
within the American community?
uh, so when I mean carry on projects, you know what carry on projects mean? Maybe I perhaps you're building a bus stop in a community where you got your party songs, or perhaps something you might be doing. Are you not involved in any?
Of course, we have not done that. We have not involved in that here in the United States as yet. If we will have to do, then it is going to be an agenda which we will propose in the near future. But for now, this is the United States of America, and we have not been able to do any project here at
Well,
present.
how long you've been in existence now? As the
So we've
LPP.
been in existence since 1984. You said that from
Okay.
the beginning, pretty close to 38 years.
All right. Okay. Now let's go into your candidate, if we can, as a party, the LPP, and your candidate. Tell us, what have you done as a party to be able to know your party and to think about your standard bearer, Tiawon Gonglu? Uh, have you been able to let people know about Tiawon Gonglu? Do people know who Tiawon Gonglu is? Do they know whether he's capable or not? Have you been able to sell him out there to the public
All right.
as a party?
Coming to your question, what has the party done, and whether your people know Chawan Gonglu? Yes, indeed, Councillor Tiawan Gongloe is known by many of our people in the United States and in Liberia as well. Uh, it is not just the branch of the auxiliary here in the United States that have made Councillor Tiawan Gongloe to be known. But Tiawan Gongloe is the founding member of the political party, and the questions you ask what the party have done for the people. If we're talking about multi-democracy, multi-party democracy today in Liberia, the brainchild of Moja, the brainchild of Moja, which you yourself talk about, the Liberian People's Party, the grassroots political party, was the one that promoted multi-party democracy in the Republic of Liberia. Other than that, we found out that our standard bearer has done a lot in the line of education as a professional lawyer, a human rights lawyer for that matter. And so, yes, indeed, he is widely known in our country and around the globe, not to even talk about the United States of America.
So,
So the party have promoted in him in many ways.
so you talking about worldwide or in Liberia itself, where the people who will go to the polls to vote, those people there, do they know Councillor Gongloe? Have you been able as a party to take him out to the people there and let them, even though perhaps they've heard his name? Oh, that man, that man, a lawyer we know not here, but I mean, getting to know the people, getting to know the problems, getting to know what they expect to achieve in life, how they think government can help. Has he been able to get out there? Or
Councillor
will you
Tawan
as a
Gonglo,
party?
Councillor Tawan Gonglo is a popular lawyer within the Republic of Liberia. How? He is simply called a poor man's lawyer. And if you and I are from Liberia, we know our country. We have in among our population, we have the poor people, which are in a majority. And if he is the poor man lawyer, I mean, there's no way in which I can be able to re-emphasize how he is widely known within the Republic of Liberia. The second thing is he is a law professor. He is a law instructor at the Louis Arthur Graham School of Law. So, more besides, Councillor Tiawan Gonglo has been the advocate and he has been the lawyer who represented most of the union within the Republic of Liberia. We're talking about the workers' union. So he is widely known. All right. So the belief that Councillor Tiawan Gonglo is not only just a poor man lawyer, that information is not true. He is widely known based on his work that he has done.
So, but is he presidential material, you think,
Oh, yes, he
from the
is.
party perspective?
Yes, Councillor Tiawan Gonglo is a presidential material. How? Well, today you found out that in our country, the major thing that is killing our country is corruption. Number one, education. Our people, majority of our people are not educated. If we talk about high illiteracy rate in the, I mean, on the west coast of Africa, Liberia comes number one. Failed health system, Liberia comes number one. Rule of law, completely being, I mean, out of track, you come Liberia. So, Councillor Tiawan Gonglo is one who believes in the rule of law, and he has proven that out of the years of his life. As a human rights lawyer, he freed a lot of journalists without consent, and we want that today to happen. So, we need a leader who will be able to reinforce the rule of law in our country. The second thing is we also want a rule of law who will be able to stop the corruption, the massive corruption in our country. And based on the track record of Councillor Tiawan Gongloe, he is able to completely eradicate corruption. And based on these principles, we believe that he is, and the only presidential material for 2023 general elections.
George Weah is the incumbent president going for re-election in October. He has had the opportunity to serve for his first term of 6 years, almost coming to the end. He knows the nooks and the corners, the crannies, and the little holes in the administration of government. How prepared is your candidate? Does he stand a chance to perhaps take President Weah out of office? Somebody who's been there for almost 6 years now, who knows about the craft of governance. Mind you, a lot of people say, yes, Councillor Gongloe, oh yeah, he's a poor man's lawyer. I mean, he knows the law. But the skeptics also say that he has not had the chance to be president. He wouldn't know how to govern when he gets to the executive mansion. What do you say?
All right. In contrast to the beliefs of those skeptics you're talking about, let's get back to you talking about the present President George Weah. Honor the leadership of the President George Weah, honor the leadership of President George Weah, and I quote mine stenographer bearer, the country is completely in an ICU. The government is a complete failure. How? Number one, the security sector of the government has failed completely. The reason why government is elected by the people is to provide security for the people. The President George Weah, who you are mentioning, have failed to protect his people. How can the people re-elect him? Of course not. They will not re-elect him. That's number one reason why Councillor Tiawan Gongloe, we assure you will be re-elected. Number two, let's look at the educational system in our country. All public school, up to now, if you were to go on the streets of Monrovia, there are kids whose parents don't have money to send them to school because of the high unemployment rate in the country. If you have one going to the government school or the public school, which we commonly call government school, you wouldn't even have a better seating capacity. No way. The educational sector, the educational system of our country has failed under his leadership, especially that we are not at war. The Liberian people cannot re-elect him based on that. Let's look at food security. Let's look at food security. President George Weah and his government have credited a lot of money from international community under the influence that they are going to make sure that there's food sufficiency in our country. He has failed in that aspect. The Liberian people, based on that, cannot re-elect him because of his failure. And one more thing. We gotta say that a very good medical practitioner cannot be a journalist. President George Weah of the past is a very good footballer, and he cannot be a president. The Liberian people gave him the opportunity to display what he has for his people. But he failed. Just to only know that the very football field from which he was promoted by the past government led by President Samuel Doe Today, that stadium is being declared unfit by the international community. How can this president, who has failed in everything, when it is not wartime, but on a normal process, on a normal regime, be re-elected? He cannot be re-elected.
No,
Because of
no. Okay.
based on the factors.
Listening to you, Juniors.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, that SKD has been refurbished, but
But it was declared unfit. Now you don't want that happen by the
no, no.
international community.
Let's
So we
disregard
come back and make the
SKD.
correction. So those are
You
some of the
mentioned
things.
you mentioned all the shortcomings you say of this regime of the President Weah. So, what is Councillor Gongloe coming with?
Very good.
What does he have uh, to bring to the table to at least ameliorate most of these deficiencies you mentioned that are in government? What is he bringing as a presidential candidate and a candidate of the Liberian People's Party? What are you bringing to the table?
The Liberian People's Party, represented by our all important standard bearer, is bringing on the table a 10-point agenda which address all of the issues, all right, that will completely depose the corruption a, which is an illness in our country, which puts the country into an ICU, quote the standard bearer, unquote. We bring to the table our 10-point agenda. Point number one, eradication of corruption. How are we going to do that? The standard bearer, once he becomes the president of the Republic of Liberia, all government officials that will be appointed by him will declare their assets. And all those assets will be put on the internet, including their salaries, so that everyone can see that. Now, for what reason? If, for example, a minister makes, say, for example, $1, and he begins to build a house which is not parallel with his monthly salary, and there indeed there is some sense of corruption, according to our standard bearer when he became president, that minister would be fired immediately, turned over for further investigation. One found guilty would be sent to jail, and every other thing that he have had before, after he became minister, will all be seized. That way, it's going to discourage the rest of those that will be appointed. Then comes in money that they had to pocket in, that ministers was going to pocket, then the government will have more money to be able to implement our 10-point agenda. So that's what we bring to the table.
So
that's just one aspect.
One aspect that you bring to the table.
Yeah. No, I bring 10 points. I bring 10 points agenda to the table. But our implementation are different completely.
How you intend to implement?
So I just gave you one example on that, especially on corruption, how we intend to implement that, how we intend to eradicate corruption, and I just gave you that.
How you intend to alleviate food insecurity?
All right. If you again, I would quote my standard bearer because this is a complete discussion between party members before he gets out there. How do we intend to provide food security for our people? We have a green soil in our country, very rich. All right. The Liberian People Party, under the leadership of Councillor Gongloe, will make sure that all of the farming in our country will be mechanized. All farming will be mechanized.
Mechanized farming.
Mechanized farming.
All of a
100
sudden,
acres of land in each of the 15 political subdivision of our country. If you time that by 50, you got about 1,500 acres of land that will be developed by machine
I mean,
or
all
human.
of a sudden, mechanized farming right after you take over.
Yes, yes, that's what we.
And where you getting all the money from to invest in that in the mechanized farming?
Well, Liberia has a lot of natural resources. We have companies that are still within the country. Yes, indeed, the present president or the present regime, they have stolen all of the money. But when Councillor Gongloe uh, has been inaugurated on the 16th of January, then of
Mhm.
course natural resources will be used to begin the process of our mechanized farming. It may not be immediate. We are not going to bring down heaven to the Liberian people. It's not going to be immediate at that point, but the process will begin.
Back home, as a party, or even within these United States, what we're talking about, have you been able as a party to mobilize people, Liberians, conscientize them, uh, educate them, give them reasons why you think if they were going back home to vote, why they should vote for Councillor Gongloe?
Resoundingly yes. Um, the standard bearer has visited up to 6 counties. And in those counties, he makes sure he goes down to the villages. The reason is very simple because the power belongs to the people. So our conscientization to the people of Liberia is not just in Monrovia, but all the way into the villages. If you watch if you watch any of our YouTube program, you will see that Councillor Tiawan Gonglo was on the Sestos River for 35 minutes just to make sure that he reached to those people who has no road connected to them. So much so that in Lofa County, where the road conditions are very bad, he make that his business to reach all of those people, all of the villagers, not only in big towns. So this is our process of informing the people. And as he go to these people, he informed them of our 10-point agenda. And his discussion began to resonate with the people. And everywhere he went, I mean, he's been welcomed that this is the first presidential candidate who have come to the people. Why did you do this? Sometimes the question comes to him, and our answer is that power belongs to the people. Those who will employ me, I have to come to them. So yes, indeed, we are conscientizing the Liberian people from all aspects. So much so in the United States of America. He makes a frequent visit here, and we have programs. Uh, we have a big auxiliary here referred to as the Friends of Gonglo, and they are working extremely. So yes, indeed, we are informing the Liberian people that President Tawan Gonglo, that our stand-up bearer, Councillor Tawan Gonglo, is the right person to be elected comes 2023.
All right, you called him president already. Well, viewers, if you're just joining us, you're listening to the program Between the Headlines here on Friends of Liberia, the FOL broadcast online TV. I am Raymond Oliver Hoggart hosting tonight. Our guest is Mr. Junior Zoga II. He's Secretary General of the Liberian People's Party here in the United States of America. And remember now, the Liberian People's Party is carrying forward Councillor Tiawon Gonglu as its presidential candidate. Now, you can share the program, share it with your friends if you want to. This is focused on Liberia, where we educate and we elevate and we promote everything Liberia. Juniors, I keep calling you Juniors. I hope you don't mind.
No problem. I mean, that's how I've been called everywhere at work. Johnny.
Okay. Now, Mr. SG, you going into the elections come October with Councillor Gongloe. A lot of people believe that Councillor Gongloe is not even known. Councillor Gongloe has no credentials to get into that high seat. Councillor Gongloe is a novice when it comes to governance. So he has some potential, but he can't make it on his own. So perhaps he needs to, go in with somebody. Are you as partisans of the Liberian People's Party? Are the partisans thinking, or is Councillor Gongloe himself thinking perhaps going into a coalition or forming a collabo with somebody, or he intends to just go on his own as a candidate?
Um, the political party, Councillor Tiawan Gonglo cannot think of himself to go into a coalition, and it is the decision of the political party to decide if and only if they're going to be a coalition. And I speak for the Liberian People's Party as I appear on this program. And I do not want to commit the party to the fact that, yes, indeed, we are collaborating with people or we're going to collaborate with another political party. Now, if there were many teams within the area where there is a trophy that all of the teams have to register and go and play, I mean, everyone who has a qualified team will have to go and play. And the fact that you said that people believe that Councillor Tiawan Gonglo is a novice, he does not know how to govern, all of those are information just to make themselves happy. But this standard bearer has been in government over and over. So we are not thinking on, or I cannot say to you that we are thinking on collaboration or not. But all I can say to you is the Liberian People's Party, as a veteran political party, a grassroots party, the brainchild of Moja, which brought democracy to our people, we are going strictly to the polls. And if there will be a collaboration, well, then the party going to decide on that at a later time. But for
Well,
now,
is there in a space? Is there in a space for that?
uh, I still want to be consistent with the answer to you that the Liberian People's Party is a veteran political party, which we can say we are able to carry our own law. And if there's going to be way to collaborate at the end or go into the second round, well then there must be on the table what we believe in. We believe in social justice. We believe in rule of laws. We believe in the fact that our people should be educated. So if at the end, if there's going to be a second round between we and George Weah, because we intend to beat him in the first round. So if there are going to be a second round, and if there would be some envisage about collaboration, then well, we want to make sure that all of these all of our beliefs, are being discussed at that table.
All right, Junior Zuga II. He's Secretary General of the Liberian People's Party here in the United States. And we want a program between the headlines discussing Tiawan Gongloe's journey to the presidency. You're watching it here on Friends of Liberia Online TV. And today is Wednesday, February 8th, 2023. Later on during the program, we'll entertain callers. We'll give you the numbers. I'm sure you can see on the screen, and then you can call. And you can also donate to Friends of Liberia, Cash App, or Zelle. You watch your screen there, the byline, and you will see how you can be able to contribute and help for the upkeep of Friends of Liberia. Now, juniors, I know you said you don't want to talk about collaboration, but if the need arises, but if it comes to a point where Councilor Gongloe is going and he sees no way, there's no way there for him. Uh, he might have more powerful forces in the race that will knock him off. And somebody says, "Oh, Tia won't come and be my running mate. Come and be my vice presidential candidate." In fact, most people believe. Let me tell you honestly, before I even came on this side, most people believe that Councilor Gonglo will make a very good vice presidential candidate. They feel that it's still too early for him to seek the presidency. What does the party think?
Uh, the party's position to that is in the opposite direction of the belief of the people, because we feel that the way,
Tiawan is ready now.
excuse me, you're not
You
hearing me?
feel that Tiawan is ready.
Oh, yes, because we believe that the presidency is the only way in which the presidency is the only seat that can implement to the letter the 10-point agenda. That's what we believe. And that is the reason why our message to the people of Liberia is come 2023, you must select your leaders based on track records. This should be no longer of uh, any candidate coming to you and telling you that, well, we're going to give you a bag of rice, we're going to give this. We want our people to select or elect their leaders based on the track records of that leader or of the candidate that would be that is in that race. And we believe that of all of this, of all of the candidates, we believe our candidate has a track record of ascendancy to the presidency. So, I mean,
Meaning,
issue of argument. And one thing I want to clarify here is that Councillor Tiawan Gonglo and his political party are not seeking for job, because here is the thing. If it's so tough, because the statement was, if it's so tough and there's a strong standing political parties, they come and join us, and then he's going to run to be vice president. But here, what's going to happen? What we believe in is that President George Weah must not be re-elected. So when it comes to the point where we see that there is a political party, given the fact that they are stronger, if any, what we're going to do is to make sure that we unite forces and President George Weah is not re-elected.
so then you'll be ready at that time to form a coalition or be part.
If possible. Because, in part, because we have one belief that the re-election of President George Weah is the complete suicide for Liberia. She's already in the ICU and is re-elected, quote, standard bearer, Liberia will completely be committing suicide.
So who go like we're in the ICU?
George Weah, President Weah, put Liberia in the ICU.
Okay, focus on Liberia here between the headlines. We'll go to the lines shortly, very shortly, of course. We'll go to the lines and take your calls. If you're following the program, we'll ask you to share. Our text lines are open too, so we'll be able to read your texts and see if we can respond appropriately. Our guest is Junior Zoga II, Secretary General of the Liberian People's Party here in the United States of America. Now, juniors, you've been telling me as a party what you'll be able to do to help propel your candidate to the executive mansion. Uh, but are you in sync with your standard bearer? Are you in daily contact?
We speak to our standard bearer every day. So
Yes.
that's why everything that I say here is parallel with what he says. And
So what are some of the things he's telling you as regards his own involvement in propelling himself to the presidency? What are some of the things that he's telling you? What are some of the things he's telling you that he's doing back home to make sure that he can win the elections?
all right, so uh the standard bearer only just need to tell me, but I see every day where he goes, where he comes from. So whatever he tells me, I'm seeing that from here daily. So what he tells me every time that I see from here is that he's to the people in all of the villages and putting forward our 10-point agenda and telling the young people that they don't need to be riding motorbike all around there the days of their life. Government need to give them skills, and this government have failed to give them skills, and he's ready to give them skills. The message has resonated with the people, and so when Councillor Tiawan Gonglo walks into the street of Monrovia, those who call the Zogos, I mean, they are with him. So this is what I see every day, and this is what we discuss every day. This is a message he sent to us every time because we are in close contact with him.
Also, he only walks with his hobos. Are the only people you see with him?
No, that's not. I mean, you just missed that. You just missed that. I just said the young people in Liberia, those who are still riding motorbike, government need to give them skills. The unfortunate ones, which we call the Zogo, he's always also with them and telling, look, you're going to be out of this street. One day when I get to the executive mansion, you will be given skills and you will no longer, your life will no longer be at this stage. So it is not only the Zogos, he's also in discussion with women and children. He's also in discussion with women and children and gave them hope that when he becomes the president of the Republic of Liberia, women, pregnant women especially, because this is one of the issues in West Africa. The number of pregnant women that died, let's put that in a simple English, that died in our country, in Africa, Liberia comes number one. So he's in consultation with women group that look, this is your hope. When I become president of the Republic of Liberia, all pregnant women goes to hospital free of charge. And he also in consultation with the elderly. People, I mean, up to 65 and above, that Social Security is not provided for you. When I become president for this nation, you're going to have free health once you are from 65 years upward. So these are the messages. And the government is able to do this. The government is a large institution, especially the Republic of Liberia. We have a very rich country, but unfortunately, we have inherited a government that does not care for the people and continue to misuse the money of our people. Yes, sir.
All right. Between the headlines, Junior Zoga raising all the issues he thinks that are not going well under the government of President George Weah and their candidate from the Liberian People's Party, Councillor Tiawan Gonglo. He says when they come to election in October this year, Councillor Gonglo is aiming for that high office and he intends to make President Weah a one-term president. How will he do that? Juniors, Councillor Gonglo is a broke person, you know, in like bro, when you say you broke, I mean, uh, a lot of and political activities are financed by money. You got to have money to run the political party. I know you have members and what. So a lot of you hear a lot of what's happening to you to your screen.
I don't know
Okay,
what's
piece
happening.
it up. All
Yeah.
right. A lot of pundits are saying that Councillor Gongloe does not have he does not have money. He is not able to run a political party, or at least he's not able to take part in any elections because he doesn't have the financial backing, the financial standing. So, as a political party, are you prepared? Are you there with your standard bearer, making sure that these comments by perhaps detractors will not derail his own quest to get to the high office of the land? Councillor Gongo doesn't have money. You believe that?
All right, Raymond, let me pass this by you quickly before we get into that. We're getting deeply into that conversation. Few months ago, it was the information. Councillor Charon Goglo, he's a very fine gentleman. He has integrity, but he does not have money. Now the story have changed. The story have changed. The next story now is, oh, not plenty people know him. Now, trust me, 2, 3 months from now, there will be another story which will not concur with what the detractors will be saying about our standard bearer. Councillor Tiawan Gonglo may not have money, but he has the support of the people. He has the support of the people from Liberia and around the world. All right? In Europe, in America, in Liberia, we are raising funds to make sure that President Tiawan Gonglo gets in that seat as the president for the Republic of Liberia.
He has the
Now,
support of the people who will vote, who will cast the ballots.
no, now let's be consistent. Let's be consistent. We are talking about funding. Now let's forget about you talking about
Okay.
voter now.
All right. Go ahead
Yeah,
with
let's be
funding.
consistent with that. So now we're talking about funding now. He has the support of funding. We are going to support Councillor Tiawan Gonglo financially until he gets to the presidency. Now, the message that I have for our Liberian people is this. The President George Weah will be bringing, we saw that a couple of months ago when, quote unquote, when they brought the 1 million people, they were paying people around Monrovia, giving them money to come and get on the buses and take them up there so that the public can say, yes, he still has people. Now, here is the message for our Liberian people. Let's assume that they have all of the natural, they do have all of the natural resources, they have the money. Let's assume that they bring $100 to you. Will you want to share your birthright for 6 years? Will you want to go through another suffering? Will you want for your children to get missing without investigation for another more 2 years? Will you want another 2 auditors to be killed without an investigation, without an arrest for the next 6 years? Do you want another failed construction of the Rubberfield Highway for another 6 years? There are many, numerous failed aspects of this government that I cannot name. Do you want that and take $100, or you want the promotion that will take you for 6 years? You got to think about that. So, Councillor Charon Gonglo is not broke. Our old people used to say, if you can get money, you get people. He has the people who are raising the money, and I can challenge any of the candidates. We are sufficient, and we will make sure that Councillor Tiawan Gonglo becomes president for the Republic of Liberia with our financial support. The story will soon change. That, I think not many people know him. But again, back to the financial aspects, we are prepared. The party is prepared, and the auxiliaries of Councillor Tiawan Gonglo are also prepared. Yeah.
Baku, you're strong. Now, Councillor Tiawon Gongloe hails from Nimba County. Nimba is a vote-rich county next to Montserrado when it comes to elections in Liberia. Now, in Nimba County, there is they call him the political godfather, I think, of Nimba County, the man who claims that he fought for the liberation of his county and to protect his people, Senator Prince Johnson, a very formidable force in Nimba County. He has his own political party there. The just elected Senator Jeremiah Cohn as the new political leader of the MDR, taking the stature of Senator Johnson into consideration and his party and the stranglehold, you might call it, just for use of a better word, that he has on the people of Nimba County. They all look up to him as the political godfather, as one who fought for the county and liberated them. So he has a strong following there in Nimba County. What are the chances you think of Councillor Gongloe, even though he comes from Nimba? What are the chances there for him uh, when it comes to particularly Nimba County, getting those votes from in Nimba?
All right. If you've been hearing in the news, you've been seeing in the news, there is this conflict between the president and Senator Prince Johnson, who he previously supported, and now it is this kind of insecurity situation, which the Stellar Bureau warned the Liberian Army, advised the Liberian people, especially the Council of Churches, to begin to call these two people, because we have a common saying: when two elephants fight, the grass suffer. To be able to coordinate between them and see how this stuff is brought to rest. The issues with Councillor Tiawan Gonglo in Nima County and Prince Johnson, there is no issues between these two kinsmen. Uh, we have detractors. They will come back and
No,
tell
I
you,
didn't say there was an issue. I was saying that Senator Johnson has a stronghold
okay,
over Nima County. He's looked up to as the political godfather of the county, the
all right,
liberator of the county.
okay,
So with
so
those attributes, those
all right,
strong attributes,
all right,
how does Councillor Gonglo intend to maneuver
okay,
within his own Nimba County?
very good. So here is the thing. Uh, Prince Councillor, Senator Prince Johnson, he is a senator. All right. So, uh, Councillor Tawan Gonglo's stand in Nima County is very strong because he's going for the higher office, which also gave a plus to the Nima people. All right. So this makes his position in Nima County very stronger than even whether a senator or representative. All right. So again, your question to what his standing, he has a overwhelming support of his own people from Nima County. And evidence are there from his visit. When he made his first visit to Nima County, we have evidence to show that. Out of the 96 towns, 100 and plus towns he went to, his message for his own people resonated with them. Now, that's going to stop right there.
So he's able to take away votes from Senator Johnson.
Of course, yes. Of course, yes. He is a senator. He doesn't want to be a president. Councillor Tiawan Gonglo wants to be the president.
But his
All
party
right.
will have a candidate in the race too. So
All right. All
is
right.
Councillor Gonglo able to take away votes from the MDR?
Oh, yes. Definitely. The Nima people will judge between the NDR
You
and.
sound so confident.
Oh, very, very confident. I'm confident about that because I know what the Nima people can do. And here is the thing, Raymond. Here is the thing. You are a father, all right? And you have many children. if you see that one of those kids, if you see that one of those kids is so gifted, and there is an opportunity that's going to lift the family, I don't think you're going to denounce that opportunity. No, you will not. In as much as you love the both of them, and one of them want to be, but here is another child who has the overwhelming support, or who has the opportunity to go. You're going to make a choice, and your best choice will be the one that's going to uplift the family. So I'm very confident and sure that the Nima people are going to make the decision for Councillor Tawan Gonglo, which they have already made, which they have already shown to us from his visit.
Okay, you're listening to Between the Headlines here on Focus on Liberia Online TV. I am Raymond Oliver Hoggett, your host. Our guest is Mr. Junius D. Zoga II. He's Secretary General of the Liberian People's Party here in the United States. Now it's time to go to the phone lines to take our callers. Dennis is in the background there, and you can see, of course, the number on the screen. So call that number if you want to be a part of the program Between the Headlines. Perhaps you might have a question for Mr. Zoga, or you might want to make a comment. So please put your calls through now. The lines are opened. And also our text page is open. You can send your text messages there. We'll look at them and read them. So the lines are open now. Dennis, if we get any call, okay?
No caller yet.
Okay. So, Juniors,
Yes, sir.
okay, we're just about, I think, it's 244 more days, uh, to election 2023. Now, as a political party, I know you're here in the States, but you're in communication, like you said, daily with your standard bearer and your partisans. Now, are you satisfied that there is a level playing field uh, as we go towards the election as a party? Are you satisfied with everything that is in place now? Do you think we have a level playing field that we can go into elections and expect to come out with flying colors?
Firstly, we have raised some issues, and especially the most recent one, which I think the party is going to give, or the party is going to give a statement on that. If you look at Facebook, you see that there is a security guard who wears the CDC, who wear the party uniform, and this is completely. I want to tell the Liberian people, this is the beginning. This is the beginning that the that the that the political field will not be level, because we won't have security to protect us. And this is the first time in our country to see that for a standing government to have the security of the state to be part of a political party, and without due respect to the people of Liberia, wearing the uniform and declaring, I mean, that alone is a declaration that you are a member of a political party, and if anyone else goes against you,
So
they are at risk.
you want to give us some proof of that, Juniors?
It's on YouTube. It's on
What
video.
what 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 were you saying? You want to say that again?
I said that is on Facebook. We got security. One of the security men, one of the securities of Joshua has the party. He has the party T-shirts on it with the emblem, and
Or
that is
at the rally?
yeah. I think that was at the rally, and he has guns with him. I couldn't pull that. I couldn't pull that information up. Otherwise, from here I can share that with you.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I think I saw that picture.
okay, and we also on December 21st, we gave a position statement, and in that position statement at the uh, at the Capitol building, we listed other things, and among that, we wanted to make sure that with the overseeing of the present chairman for the election commission, we feel that the election will not be free and fair because uh, she is working on a direct under the directive of the president. That we can assure you, and if you want evidence, we can prove that. I'm not prepared to do that this morning. I mean, this evening, but I can tell you that with this lady being the chairman of the election commission up to the election 2023, we feel that it would not be free and fair. And the second issue we raised, which we still having some consultation with, had to do with voter registration at the time when the timetable has not been given. Uh, and then we also commented on the biometric. This is the first time that is going to be heard within our country. We're going to use the biometric, and up to including today's date, there has not been training done, and we have a very short period of time to go through that. So if the biometric is not done, we feel that we should still go on with our old process of voting and leave the biometric because the biometric has a long process. So those were issues
But
raised in our points. So we feel that if all of these things are not taken into consideration and being halted at this previous time, then we feel that the election will not be free and fair and credible. And here is the thing: elections are not rigged on election days. I want us to know, the Liberian people, including the news people, to know elections are not rigged on elections day, but election is rigged prior to the main date of the elections.
now, but let me just perhaps bring you some information on the biometrics you're talking about. I know that Liberia is the LIR, I think they call them information registry. They you can, I think the next said you can use your national ID cards because there's a biometric system when you're doing that too. So you can use that when you go to vote. It doesn't mean that if you have to do the biometric. When you have the national ID card, you can use that also. But let me you mentioned the issue with the chairman of the National Elections Commission. You were saying that as a party, you think that if he stays there to oversee the elections, you foresee trouble. So since you already know that as a party, why not take the step now, institute measures because your candidate is a lawyer, a renowned lawyer. So why not take the steps now to ensure that what you are afraid of? Hello, you listening to me, Mr. Zoga?
Yes, I'm there, sir. I'm very sorry. Or there's a media meeting supposed to be on at this time, and I have to chair that. So, but I have just sent someone in the meeting, so that's okay. Yes. So, we are looking into that, and we want to see the gravity of what we have expressed. If it is too huge at this moment, and for our call December 21st, we are still waiting. The party is in consultation with other political parties on this issue. If we feel that, I mean, the issues that we have raised, if we feel that we need to abandon that, we're going to do that. If we cannot abandon that and we see that the, there are issues, other issues are come up, which is intense, then of course we're gonna raise the LA issue. We're gonna do that immediately. We wouldn't waste any time to do that.
Yeah, I'm getting some feedback from, I think, behind you. I don't know if you have a phone or something on. Uh, I asked that, yeah, you just cut it off so that
You
we
still
can.
get a feedback? Don't you think it's
I think it's all right now. I think it's all right. Okay, come tomorrow will be election day.
We have a caller.
You have a caller? Okay,
I
let's
think
take
that's the
that
caller.
caller. Hello?
Yeah, I think it's the phone caller.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Hey,
Yeah, we're listening to you.
my
Go
name,
ahead.
my name is Albert Nyamu, calling from Muscatine, Iowa. I do not have a question for the studio guest, Zoga, but I had a comment to make about our electorates in Liberia.
Yeah, go ahead.
And Mr. Moderator, you are asking a brilliant question, and the question posed to Zoga is very important. We are fighting for change into our young generation, our country, Liberia. We have to let politics aside and get together, join hands in hand to educate our electors in Liberia. Based on the poverty rate, they are followed for small or none. If you say a Bible today, what will become of your future tomorrow? What will become of your children's future tomorrow? It's about time for things to join. Now they can for Jawan alone, but entire Liberians. That should be a message for all of us in the diaspora to our people back home. So it's all what went on to 8 years, and then you are seeing, and we are seeing it on social media. People are brag, people are giving money just for them to go there. What will happen during the election day? I beg all of us. It is about time for us to call all of our family back home to make that education to them known, and let the education go across the country. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Albert. Thanks for calling. The number is on the screen there. If you want to be a part of a program, ask a question or make a comment,
Go ahead, caller.
you can call. Another caller?
Yes.
Hello, your name?
Yeah, how you doing? My name is Tugman, calling from Pennsylvania. I got a couple of questions for your guest, Mr. Zuga. Mr. Zuga, out of, with the exception of Monrovia and Nema County, do your political party have base outside of two counties?
Other than Monrovia and Nima County, yes. Yes, we have base in more than two counties. Outside of Monrovia, we have base in Grand Bassa County, and I'm in constant consultation with those from Grand Bassa County. We have base in Riverside County, where President George Weah would not have one vote in Riverside County. We have base in Sano County. We have base in Maryland County, and we have base in Maggie. We have base in uh, uh, Kipman County. So yes, we have bases outside of Monrovia. And again, I repeat, our stronger bases are Nima County, Bon County, Grand Bassa, and Riverside County, where President Weah, where his mothers come from, and he's not going to get one vote from Riverside County.
Okay, so you just need a few counties. Yeah, I believe we have 13 or how much, but you just need a few.
Well, let's go to your second question.
If you want to win the presidency, I mean, you got to reach out to the length and breadth of Liberia, not just name my county and a few other counties you just need.
Your question.
Let me. Well.
No, go ahead with your second question.
Yeah, okay. It's not a question, but I just want to put a point out there. many of it, diaspora, and then we make comment or we make statement that things are terrible. A lot of bad things going on in our country. I was not the last time in Liberia, maybe the past administration, early time, Liberia was electrified from the southeast from Sino all the way to Maryland, from Maryland to Lofa, from Lofa to Lima. The entire country was electrified, and the security network in the country was okay. Everything was fine. Liberia was a milk and honey country. Everything was okay. I don't think so. And nobody here, you see your guests over there, cannot confirm that when the past administration was in office, the entire country was electrified.
So what's your comment? What's the comment you want to make
we
now?
have paved roads in the entire country. When the
What
past
is your point?
You can't confirm that. You can't tell
What
me
is your
the security
point?
network in the country was okay, 100%. Because I remember the last time
Hello?
trying to get what happened to Harry Reid.
Hello?
So there is in the hello. Yeah, hello?
Hello, what is the point that you want to make, please?
Yeah, but I'm trying to make my point. My point here is I understand that election times, people criticize the present administration and all of that. That's good. That political season, that's fine. But I know when people come on your show and try to paint the entire country that everything is going so bad, we all have family over there. I listened to your last quarter that we should educate the people of the country, want that country back, things are going back. Hey, even right in the same country, the President Biden last night gave the State of the Union address. Not everybody's satisfied. We know what's going on here. All right, people now, there's a pool that went out. People said they were much better 2 years ago than when President Biden took over. I mean, people will be dissatisfied. That's fine. But there's some good things going on in the country. So we can sit here every time you got guests on your show. Everything in Liberia is just bad. Just think the country is bad. The present administration is just bad. Everything is doing is wrong. The country is corrupt and everybody corrupt and there's a whole lot of stuff going on. I remember the last time that administration there was a lot of corruption.
Okay, thank you. That's the politician's fault.
When he was internal affairs minister. All these things, there was a lot of corruption going on.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you said what the present administration, that's fine. But do not paint the entire country that everything is so bad. That's a good thing. Lima country right now has the most developed. It's the most developed country in Liberia.
Thank you so much. You made a point. We have to take other people.
Thank you.
The point I'm pushing here is when you have a guest, it should be objective. It should put the points up. We know that you're a backup candidate. Mr. Gongloe, he sounds like a good person. I mean, I don't have a problem with him.
Thank you, Tedman.
I'm still looking up to see what he can do for the Liberian people. Thank you.
May I make a comment? Unfortunately, Tomon have now gone to Liberia. When last were you in Liberia?
He left. Let's take the last caller.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Hogarth. Thank you for hosting the show tonight, and hello to your guests. Like I said, I kind of want to echo what the last caller said. We have to be truthful when we come on these platforms. And before I even get to my comments, I just want to say to, Mr. Zogar, I was an early supporter of Mr. Gongloe. I think his integrity is impeccable. He has the track record to change the country, especially when it comes to the area of corruption. But I think you guys have failed him massively in regards of fundraising, because politics is about money. And you have the intelligentsia, people who are intelligent, people who have degrees, professionals. We see no traction. We see no movement in terms of mobilization or utilizing resources to gain more ground for Mr. Gongloe. You can sit here and wax poetic all about the ideology and his integrity, but if you're not on the ground doing the groundwork, he's going nowhere anytime fast. But leaving that point, let me get to my second point. The reality is everything is not doom and gloom in the country. Some of us who are in constant contact with relatives back home, we're seeing especially when it comes into the sector of energy. We're seeing the improvement of electricity. People tell, oh yeah, LEC has been on all day, sometimes 2-3 days it don't go. So that's an improvement. You know, there hasn't been any big scrimmage on the Ellen Johnson Salute. Remember, there was a shootout, you know, with the CDC. People died. Multiple people died. There hasn't been anything like that under this government. You know, so yes, the government has some corruption, but we have corrupt people in Liberia, and they're part of every facet of our society. So corruption is rife within the country. We know that. The past government had the same issues. Most likely, if there's a new government coming in, they're going to have the same issue.
Right.
Perhaps if Gongloe is fortunate to be in that situation, he may tackle that more, you know, successfully.
So are you saying they shouldn't mention corruption? They should gloss over it because it happened in the previous administration? Is that the point?
Well, everything is relative.
Right. So as opposition, why don't they zoom in on whatever the fault may be? Why is that getting you upset?
No, what I'm saying is, if you're going to talk about corruption, and if you're going to bring your candidate as the candidate that's going to solve corruption, most of us we agree. But it's not just sitting down on platforms and talking.
Right, that's their role. Your role is to poke holes in the government and take power. So that's what the CDC did.
But what are they doing to push Mr. Gongloe forward? People who say
that's a different discussion, right? But to say that they shouldn't, when they get there, they should first talk about how good the government is doing before making their points. I don't think you find any politician that's going to do that. But go ahead.
Right, and that's what I'm not saying that they should do it, but some of us who are sympathizers of this government, we're going to also poke holes in their argument. If they're trying to say everything is doom and gloom, we're going to say sure, a lot of things are bad, but there's one or two goods that's going on in the country. So it's our right to say that as well. So we want to be fair and balanced. I think this platform is a balanced platform. People like us who wants to be balanced, we can come here and criticize the government, but in the same breath, point out some of the positives. And I think, you know, I won't say opposition politicians should do it, but, you know, people like yourself and Mr. Hogarth should also make sure we have a fair and balanced, you know, analysis on the platform. But so far, good conversation, but I would just encourage Mr. Zogar to continue to push Mr. Gongloe forward, because we don't see any traction with him. We don't see any movement on the ground in terms of financial, you know, or power, or even, you know, mobilization of citizens around the country to really governize the citizen area around him. But thank you again for taking my call. I'll leave it at that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Quickly, just to, I think it's not everyone who come on the platform sits here. I was just in Liberia for 2 months. I took a leave for 2 months, and I returned to the country on the 4th of January. And besides that, Councillor Tawan Gongloe and I went to Grand Bassa County and other areas. And I was also in contact with all of the various chapter, like in Grand Bassa, River Says, and in Monrovia as well. So there's no, and I stay in Monrovia. You know, one thing, you can't be in America here and begin to say things are better in Liberia when they are not. I was in Liberia, and I mean, it was horrible, very, very horrible. And I challenge this gentleman who's talking to go and stay in Liberia for 2 weeks and see whether he's not going to complain about even his phone having an internet system. All right, so let's leave it right like that. But I just want to make sure that the guy who is speaking is not sitting in Monrovia. He's between the United States and Liberia.
Okay, thank you, Juniors, and thanks to our callers we had. Thanks for being a part of the program. Alliance, I suppose now we're about wrapping up. So to wrap up, Juniors, okay, one of our texters there. Mr. Gongloe is a very good man. He truly has a space in our body politics. But I pray and hope he will lower his heart or whatever and go second to former VP Borkai if asked to do so. This will be the shortest path to his presidency. He's a man to trust. Okay, you agree with that, Dexter? Juniors?
When the time comes.
You are one of those who helped to put We Are in power, so why now? Vera, who's that you talking to now? Juniors? Uh, I don't know about politics. Walker already asked him. Gongloe refused because he said Walker is very corrupt. Gongloe is a principle-minded man. Oh, Juniors, the former vice president ever asked your candidate
Well,
to
I
be
mean,
his running mate?
that is a hearsay, and I mean, I have no evidence to that, and I can say what I have evidence to. That's what I can say.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, thanks to all of our texters. So we want to wrap up now. And to wrap up, to conclude, Juniors, let me ask you now, finally, as Secretary General of the Liberia People's Party. I think you heard our last caller there challenging you people here, to rally up, give your financial support, go and motivate the people, educate the people. He says you're not doing that on ground. So finally, from your end, Juniors, we're going to the elections in 244, I think 245 days or so, or less. Uh, what can you tell your own partisans now, members of the Liberian People's Party, both here in the United States and those back home, and your supporters? What can you tell them to do? How can you motivate them to, get involved with the community, get involved with the electorates, and spreading your message out, uh, selling your candidate? What can you tell them so as to at least give you some cushion when it comes to October?
All right, thank you so much, Raymond. I will take this time to talk to all of the members of the Liberian People's Party to continue your hard work organizing program together with the auxiliaries of the friends of our stand-up bearer, Councillor Tiaron Gongloe. We are almost at the end of that. We got a couple of days to elections, and our beliefs and hopes will be justified at that poll. We continue to get positive messages from our people where Councillor Tiaron Gongloe is making all of his visits, and we his next set of visits will be to the rest of the rest of the other counties, especially to the southeast. So I will encourage my people, the Liberian People's Party, to continue to financially support this struggle. We believe in democracy. The Liberian People's Party believes in the promotion of democracy. We believe in educating the minds of the people. So this is our time to free the Liberian people from this uh, failed leadership. So continue to raise the fund that we are doing. Continue to carry on as I speak. There is a crack team that is about to to conduct training for voters registration for our people. Begin to educate them, and if you can recall, we got our senior politician, our senior partisan, in the presence of DW, Dr. Wolokoli. So again, our people continue to work and continue to raise funds for the standard bearer.
Okay, Juniors, as your final comment, right?
That's not my final comment yet because you just told.
Okay, finally.
Finally, I would like to say thank you so much, Mr. Rayburn, for having me on your show. And I want to tell the Liberian people, the common saying is do not sell your birthright. We know that it is very tough in Liberia, and sooner or later the government going to come up with like $100 or $20 to give you for you to be able to vote for them when it is time when it is time for that voting. But be careful. You don't want to sell your birthright and have another 6 years of suffering. Make sure that you make the right choice, and we must elect our people when we go to the polls based on track record.
Okay, the voice of Junior Zoga II, he's Secretary General of the Liberian People's Party here in the United States of America. He was a guest on our program Between the Headlines here on this Wednesday. Wherever you're watching us, we'd like to say thank you so much. God willing, next Wednesday we'll be here with another edition of the program. My name is Raymond Oliver Hoggart on behalf of Dennis Jar and Anthony CA, saying thank you so much for watching with us. God be with you. God bless. See you in another presentation. Good night. Good morning.
We are Labira. Labira is our home. Labira people. Labira.